At Wind River Resort and Casino, we like to celebrate life's little moments. Oh, and the big ones too, because around here, when you're completely in the moment, that's when the magic happens. Come in and find your moment at Wind River Resort and Casino.
Happy Hump Day to you all. It is a Wednesday, October 29th, and if you are a big bluegrass fan, then you are in luck. There is a great concert going on this weekend, on Saturday, as a matter of fact, November 1st at the Cascade Theater. A.J. Lee and Blue Summit. They are semi-local. They're from the Santa Cruz area, and they've got that bluegrass feel to it, but also they kind of add a little bit of that soul, grit, and California charm in there as well. So you don't want to miss this chance to check out this awesome band, A.J. Lee and Blue Summit, live in concert. Tickets are available now. They have been. You can grab yours today at cascadetheater.org. So I highly recommend that you head on out and grab those tickets before they sell out, because they are an amazing band. Hey, check this out. I also want to show you this. This was sent in by Brian. It's just a beautiful rainy fall day that he took. This was several days ago. You can, of course, see the beautiful fall colors where he is. Didn't tell me exactly where this was at, but beautiful nonetheless. And you can see that beautiful buck there, too, as well. I'm going to show you a picture tomorrow that he sent as well. The buck was kind of hanging out with the pumpkins, and well, not necessarily hanging out with them, snacking on them. It's kind of neat. So we'll check that out tomorrow. By the way, if you want to send your photos and see them right here on Coffee with Krueger and the Morning Update, you can do that. Very easy from the free Weather NorCal app. Just search for Weather Space NorCal in the app stores. Download the app for free, and you are sharing your photos. And by the way, you'll have the best app that you have available for your local weather right here in Northern California. You know, all the other apps, most other apps are all AI generated. They're generated by forecast models. There's no human interaction in there. And the forecast coming in from the Weather NorCal app is generated by yours truly. All right, let's take a look at your headlines. We expect off and on breezy conditions. In fact, today I expect some breezier conditions that we've seen the last few days. And then they'll kind of subside after that. Warming trend peaks today, but still above normal for the rest of the week. Dry and mild for your Halloween day and weekend, with maybe some changes in that overall pattern by early next week. So here's your Krueger's Quickcast for your Wednesday, October 29th. We got that frost advisory for southern Trinity County until 9 o'clock this morning. This is going to be a cold start any way you look at it. Right now, we're in the low 30s. In the mountains, that is. 32 degrees for Alturas, 32 degrees for Susanville, 31 for Bernie this morning. As you start heading westward, not quite as cold, but still 40 degrees in Mount Shasta City, 43 for Weaverville, 49 in Willow Creek, that is, and Hoopa. Low to mid 50s for the coast, and looks like upper 40s to low 50s for most of you on the coast. Or excuse me, in the valley. All right, so out the door this morning, yeah, cold, right? Make sure you've got that at least light jacket for the valley, and for the mountains, maybe a slightly heavier coat. Could see some patchy fog for some of the mountain valleys, especially in Trinity County, but even some of that fog along the coast as well. Now, we do have a cold front that's pushing through. And that is helping to generate some of the clouds that we're seeing this morning, especially to the north. We may see some of those high clouds even this morning for parts of the north end of the valley, but this is not going to bring us any rainfall. This is going to move on out. It's also helping to generate some of the strong winds that we will see for the north end of the valley in particular later on today. In fact, we can take a look at those winds here by midday, 20, maybe 25 miles per hour from the north. They'll subside later on this afternoon and evening, and really no longer much of an issue for the rest of the week. A little breezy at times, and I say that around 10, maybe 15 miles per hour. Chance for rainfall in the next several days? Well, we'll be talking about that potential for change here by around Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. But for today, no rain. Temperatures in the low to maybe even some mid-80s. I'm a little conservative with these temperatures here for today in the valley in particular. 60s and 70s for the mountains, and looks like in the low to mid-60s for the coast. Now for tonight, we're talking upper 40s, low 50s in the valley. 20s, 30s off to the north and east, but otherwise 30s and 40s for Trinity County. 40s for the inland areas tonight, and for the coast, upper 40s to around 50 for that overnight low tonight. Here's your 7-day forecast for the valley. Dry. It's dry all the way through Monday. Temperatures mid to upper 70s on average. There is that chance for showers as early as Tuesday. Still kind of ironing out not only the timing, but the overall intensity of this rain. The long-range forecast models are in agreement that we are going to see some changes for next week. But just the overall timing of it, how strong that storm will be, that's what we have to look for. Now, Saturday, there's going to be another system that'll clip Northern California. Could bring maybe a chance for some light showers for especially Del Norte, Northern Humboldt, including some of the inland areas. But I think everyone else should be looking at dry conditions on Saturday, including Siskiyou, Modoc County, and the Eastern Mountains, with, of course, that chance for showers I mentioned by Tuesday of next week. All right, that's a look at your Krueger's Quick Cast. Before we get into the deeper dive, let's take a look at some of the cameras around the area. This is coming in from Main Street Chico on Highway 32. Looks like we've got some pretty good traffic flow there, as well as Highway 99 at Neal Road. Nothing unusual going on there. Take a look at Highway 44 at Sundial Bridge Drive in Redding. Don't even see that sun coming up just yet. It is still quite dark this morning. That is not the latest image coming in from the Del Norte County, or at least for Crescent City. That's the latest image coming in there. Looks like there might be a little drizzle out there this morning. You can kind of see some, looks like little drops there coming off the camera there. You also look at some of the low clouds. Looks like hanging off in the distance there. So it looks like we are seeing some patchy fog for many of you along the coast out there this morning. In fact, let's take a look what it looks like just north of Trinidad. Get there. Kind of hard to see. We don't obviously have much in the way of fog. We would probably see it a little bit better. Jackie's checking in this morning, saying good morning from Jackie in Trinidad. Jackie, how's it look over there? Are you guys seeing much in the way of fog? I'm assuming it's probably just kind of some of that patchy fog that we're seeing out there this morning. But otherwise, it looks like things are all clear elsewhere, although some patchy fog for some of those mountain valleys as well. Bald Hill West, we're seeing some of the fog there. Let's see what else we got going on here. That's Bald Hill. Everything's just so dark at this point, it's kind of hard to see what's going on. So today is Wednesday. We've got our new segment. Well, it's been new for about a month now. The Grange Co-op Spotlight. Check it out. We're going to go into the store and check out their livestock feed. They got a pretty amazing livestock feed department. So check it out. Hello everyone, I'm Mike Krueger and you are watching Grange Co-op Spotlight, and with me right now I've got Joey. We are in the livestock feed section.
Correct.
In particular, we are in with the chicken feed. But this goes all the way down here. This is probably one of your biggest sections. So tell me all the different things that you guys offer here.
So we carry all sorts of chicken feed, as you can see. Yeah. It's probably our biggest seller just because all you need to have chickens is a backyard, you know. But we have things for bigger animals, horses, cattle, goats, you know, sheep feed. We do have mineral blocks as well, like salt blocks and stuff like that. We even carry things like catfish food back here too. So, you know, we have a pretty wide variety of feed and supplements for animals.
So people like with koi ponds, for example, you've got that kind of going on. Now you mentioned too, that you guys have like deer feed, right, as well?
Yeah, we've got deer blocks if you're farming deer.
Cool.
So yeah.
So really a lot of great options here. This is one of those things where if you are new to Grange Co-op and haven't been here yet, and you do have livestock and maybe you got a particular location you go to, come on over here, see what they have. See if they have something new or different or even better, right? You never know. So come on out here to Grange Co-op for your livestock feeding needs, and we will see you next week for another edition of Grange Co-op Spotlight. Once again, I want to thank Grange Co-op for their sponsorship of that segment there. This is, Jackie did during that segment mention that it's clear at the moment in Trinidad. So yeah, I think there is going to be some patchy fog out there in some areas here, but overall looks like we're just looking at that patchy fog along the coast. Some fog for some of those inland and mountain valleys as well, but that should begin to clear out. But otherwise, minus some clouds this morning to the north because there's a cold front passing to our north. We'll be looking at mainly sunny skies here throughout the afternoon. All right, let's get into our deeper dive forecast. And as you know, Coffee with Krueger is made possible by Wind River Resort and Casino. At Wind River Resort and Casino, enjoy friendly service, a wide variety of specials and promotions, plus all of your favorite slots and table games. All right, let's take a look at that deeper dive forecast. We're going to really get into it. But before we do that, I want to show you this beautiful shot here. And this, I want to encourage everyone, if you've got some great fall photos, I'd love to see them. I think everybody else would love to see them. We'll put them right here. Depending on how many we get, but we'll put them right here on Coffee with Krueger in the morning. You'll also be able to check them out on the 6 o'clock in the morning update that I record every morning. And you can see this. This is coming in from Brian. Not exactly sure where this is, but it's here in Northern California. At least it looks like it. Beautiful. It was a rainy day, so that was, of course, a few days ago here. But want to thank Brian for sharing that photo. By the way, you can share your photos. I was mentioning share them. Well, it's very easy to do that from the free Weather NorCal app on your iPhone and your Android. Be sure to check that out here for today. All right, here's our look at our temperatures right now. As we'd expect, and as we have been through the last several mornings, it's cool, right? Temperatures 40s and even some low 50s in the valley. But we are right at that freezing point for Susanville, El Tourist, below freezing in Bernie this morning at 31, 40 in Mount Shasta City, and there you can see low to even some mid-50s along the coast this morning. So that's the cold front I was talking about. You see how it's pushing through the Pacific Northwest, seeing some rain there. We're not really seeing any rainfall out of this. It's just bringing us that cloud cover that we're seeing up to the north here this morning. That moves on out. Some of those high mid-level clouds are making their way into the valley as well this morning. Meanwhile, this storm system right here, it's not coming anywhere near us. There's another one behind that that may impact us on Saturday, but not everyone. All right, so let's take a look at what we've got going on. There's that second storm. That's pretty much dying down. Now this one, much more impressive. It is getting a nice little tap of some subtropical moisture, and I think by the time we get into Friday, Saturday, it's going to bring some rain to the Pacific Northwest. And then by Saturday into Sunday, we're going to see this thing clip Northern California. Now, you can see even as it moves over the Pacific Northwest, it doesn't look to bring a ton of rainfall for them, which as a result, we won't see much either. However, on Saturday, there is that chance that places like Del Norte County, Northern Humboldt, including the inland areas, maybe even Western Siskiyou County, could see a chance for a little bit of wet weather out of this system. But once this moves out, we dry out, even for the North Coast, come Sunday, Monday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, that's when we might start to see some changes. And the Climate Prediction Center is picking up on that a little bit here. As you can see, it is putting us in that wetter than normal category as we do go into next week. In the meantime, let's talk about the winds today. You'll notice it today in the valley. We've got gusts possibly upwards of around 25 miles per hour with those north winds. A bit stronger than we've seen the last few days, and I think today will be the strongest with those winds because by Thursday you can see generally about 5 to 10 miles per hour, maybe a little breezy, 10 to 15 miles per hour by Friday. And then there you can see Saturday, again, those calmer winds again. So off and on breezy at times, but today I think will be the strongest winds. And then you can see the warmer than normal conditions here as we go into the long range as well. And that's all thanks to high pressure really building in, staying fairly strong here for today, really through Friday. We take you into the weekend. Now, we are going to see some storm systems ride over that, but overall keeping those temperatures above normal through at least Monday of next week. I've got my eyes on this energy here because this is what's expected to eventually push that ridge down to the south and east, and that will allow us to see some of those changes I was talking about by the time we do get into Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe even Thursday. And you can see that. Looking at the trend today, of course, today's that warming, the peak of the warming trend. We hover in the mid to upper 70s for the rest of the week through the weekend and even into Monday. But then you see the drop in the temperatures. This is the sign of those changes I was talking about. Cooler temperatures, maybe some wet weather moving in as well. And it looks pretty promising. I mean, the long-range forecast model is showing a decent fetch of moisture coming in that could bring us, it looks like at this point, now Wednesday is that best time frame. But it depends on which forecast model you look at. We could see some as early as Tuesday. We'll see. But in the meantime, we take a look at that marine forecast. Winds eventually reaching that range of 15 to 20 knots from the north. Waves also getting a little bit higher. Now, we do have a small craft advisory, but that won't take effect until later this afternoon. So here's your neighborhood forecast, sponsored in part by Dignity Health. Today, we're looking at temperatures in Trinity County with temperatures generally in the mid-70s. I've got you dry all the way through Monday. And there's that chance for showers as early as Tuesday. Same story to the south here, 72 degrees for High and Palm, Hayfork about 75, and Ruth about 74. Your Dignity Health North Coast neighborhood forecast, temperatures upper 60s to low 70s along the Highway 101 corridor there. 69 degrees for Honeydew and Shelter Cove, about 67 degrees. 63 in Ferndale, 64 degrees in Fortuna. Notice I have included a slight chance, and I'd say mainly northern Humboldt, Del Norte, and western Siskiyou County, maybe a chance for a sprinkle light shower on Saturday. And then it looks like those chances coming in by Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. But otherwise today, you're looking at temperatures in the low to mid 60s there. Up to the north there, you can see Trinidad about 67, 76 degrees for Hoopa, 77 Willow Creek today, and Eureka about 62 degrees. 72 out in the Smith River, Crescent City, 64. So this is what I was talking about. Del Norte County, the best chance on Saturday to see any kind of rainfall, but western Siskiyou, northern Humboldt, yeah, still that chance there as well. All right, speaking of Siskiyou County, here's your Dignity Health Siskiyou County neighborhood forecast today. Temperatures in the low 70s for the Highway 96 corridor and for I-5. You're looking at temperatures there in the mid to upper 60s for your daytime highs. Also for Scott Valley, mid 60s there, 66 for Fort Jones, 65 in Etna, dry all the way through Monday. However, Scott Valley kind of within that west Siskiyou County range. Saturday is something we'll have to watch for that potential. Otherwise, central eastern Siskiyou County, you're dry all the way through Monday, with maybe that chance for showers by Tuesday and even Wednesday of next week. Your Modoc County neighborhood forecast. Temperatures should be in the mid to upper 60s. And the eastern mountains, you're talking 65 out towards Beaver, 74 in Montgomery Creek, as well as Paynes Creek. Dry all the way through Monday, and that chance for showers by Tuesday. Lake Almanor, Laston Park, you've got those temperatures in the 60s to around 70 around the perimeter of the lake, and generally in the low 60s for the park. Take you to the south, 76 degrees in Paradise, 61 degrees in Janesville and Doyle, about 65 degrees. And your Dignity Health Valley neighborhood forecast, I think 80 degrees across the board. Some of us are going to be in the low 80s here for those daytime highs. That's the peak, mid to upper 70s at least through Monday, with cooler and possibly wetter weather by the time we get into Tuesday of next week. So Halloween Day, a high of 78 degrees also for the day. You need to set those clocks back 1 hour. Yep, that's coming up on Sunday. 82 degrees for the city of Shasta Lake today, 82 degrees for Redding and Palisadro, 83 Anderson, 79 out in Lakehead as well as Whiskeytown. All right, let's take a look at that 7-day forecast for Redding. Temperatures after today will be in the mid to upper 70s for those daytime highs. So it's, going to stay fairly mild, stay above normal for this time of the year, and should be pretty nice out there. And then there's that chance for showers by Tuesday. Now, again, I think at this point in time, the best timing for rain for us, still some uncertainty on the timing of that. I need to shave. Still some uncertainty on that. But overall, I think it's going to be around Wednesday. Now, on the days before that, Tuesday and Thursday, we kind of have that time frame of those 3 days. Wednesday being kind of that best chance, and then on either side of that, maybe some showers leading up to it, maybe some showers after Wednesday into that Thursday. Again, timing, how strong the storm is, these are all things we'll be ironing out as we get closer to next week. In the meantime, enjoy this beautiful weather. I mean, it is absolutely gorgeous out there. We got some more people checking in this morning. Again, I can't get it up on the screen, unfortunately. We've got Curtis Brown say, good morning, Mike. Where is the Grange Co-op? Oh, Grange Co-op's in Redding. I know you're down in Red Bluff, but I think you'll like it, especially if you have property. I tell you what, they've got some great stuff up there. If you ever had a chance, people in the Redding area, when they found out there was a Grange Co-op coming in, they were so excited, especially people who are involved in agriculture and have property in the works, because their main headquarters is in Southern Oregon. And so they came down to Redding and opened up a store. So yeah, check it out. I mean, they've got the feed. They've got this whole yard where you can get like posts and all kinds of stuff. I highly recommend that you make the drive up and check it out. You know, I'm not an agriculture person, but I've been there a few times. I've checked it out. Let's see here. Cynthia McIntosh saying, good morning from Red Bluff. I appreciate the replays so I can have coffee with Krueger anytime I miss this live broadcast. Yeah, I do that. As soon as I'm done recording this, I then put it on everywhere. YouTube. Of course, it replays on Facebook by itself. Thank you, Cynthia, for checking in this morning. Glad you could be here live with us this morning. Curtis, it's where the old shop, yes, the old Shopco by Rayleigh's. Lisa Strickland saying good morning. And then Curtis Brown says, I have some catfish in our pound. Could use some feed. Well, there you go. I know that they've got it. I know that the guy interviewed just in that segment. And of course, by the way, you can check those segments from the free Weather NorCal app and from weathernorcal.com. Just click on the Animal Family segment. And then from there, you can go into the Grange Co-op and you can check out all of the different segments kind of about the store. So check that out. I think you'll like it. But yeah, they've got that for you. I know they do. And there you go. Yeah, I'm glad that Lisa's kind of helping you out there, kind of guiding you in the right direction as well. Well, that's going to do it for us this morning. Looks like a little bit of chatter this morning. I like to see that. I like to see people interacting, and not only with me, but it looks like even with each other. You can help each other out, so certainly appreciate that. Well, that's going to do it for us this morning. Let's take a look at some of the cameras out there. We're going to take a look at Soda Ridge. The sun might be trying to peek out a little bit here. Ooh, that is a gorgeous shot. This is down on looking at coming from the Soda Ridge camera, the Alert California cameras, and not much in the way of low clouds there. Looks like some frost. You can kind of see the frost up on the higher elevations of the mountains there, but those lights you see in there, oh, you're not even looking at it. I am, but you're not. There you go. There's Soda Ridge. So again, what you're seeing here, this is the right there. That is the Hoopa Valley with the lights. And then you can see the mountains. It almost looks like that's the frost that we're seeing up there in the higher elevations. So absolutely gorgeous. We're going to leave you with a few more cameras this morning, and I hope you have a great Wednesday. Yes, we are halfway through the work week. We're getting ready for those trick-or-treaters on Friday. Did you buy your candy yet? I know we haven't, so we got to head on over to the store and get some candy for the kids. We get a lot of kids out here in Country Heights, so we got to make sure we got plenty of candy for them. My son still says that the, what's that neighborhood out in the city of Shasta Lake, that newer neighborhood over by the Fun Center. He says it's busier there than it is here at Country Heights, but we'll see. We'll see. I tend to disagree on that one, but we got to make sure we have plenty of candy for the kiddos. So yeah, we haven't done that yet. And we didn't get it too early because a lot of times we get that candy early, and what happens? Yeah, we end up eating a lot of it. So we don't want to do that this year. All right, so enough of that. Have yourselves a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow morning right here on Coffee with Krueger at 6:30. Have a great day.